he teaches me important things throughout American history.
Yeah, from one public enemy to another. We're going to talk about the Steve Bartman incident. Do you know who Steve Bartman is?
I don't.
Well, then let me play you a little clip, and then I'll tell you the significance around it. The year is 2003, and the Chicago Cubs are playing the Florida Marlins in Wrigleyville during the 2003 postseason. Roll the clip.
Again in the air, down the left field line. A reaching into the stands and couldn't get it. And he's livid with a fan.
And pause.
Oh, no.
Now, Chicago fans, please.
Explain what just happened.
I will. Chicago fans, please have mercy on me if I get some of these details wrong. But this, what you just watched, is one of the most significant moments in sports history. The Chicago Cubs, one of the most beloved sports franchises on the planet, went almost 9 decades without winning a championship. Something that they would blame on the curse of the Billy Goat. Now, that's a different story. But famously, the Chicago Cubs could not win in the postseason. That was until 2003, when they were led by one of the greatest pure hitters of all time, Sammy Sosa, who would get in a home run race with Mark McGwire.
Isn't there an asterisk next to that?
Well, there's a lot of asterisks in baseball.
I was about to say.
Hey, he lost that home run race to Mark McGwire, who was even more juiced, in my opinion. But, so here you go. The year's 2003. Hope springs eternal. The Cubs are 2 outs away from heading to the World Series. They're up 3-0 in the 8th when a foul ball headed for left field is snagged by a fan.
Cubs fan?
Oh, a Cubs fan. A fan that until that day had lived a relatively quiet life. Now, immediately, there is outrage. As you can see, the player clearly indicates that he thought he could catch the ball. If you watch the replay supports that. Now, usually, if a fan grabs a ball in the field of play, it is called fan interference. Fan interference is not called, and the play is allowed to stand as a foul ball, meaning the Cubs don't get their second out, meaning that the Cubs have a mental breakdown and surrender 8 runs in the next 2 innings, lose the game, and then go on to lose the series to the Florida Marlins.
Oh, my Lord.
While those 8 runs are being given up, the attitude of the fans starts to change. And a relatively unknown fan, Steve Bartman, begins to be pelted with trash, beer, insults, and security has to escort Bartman out of the stadium. Within 24 hours, in 2003, he's been doxxed. People know his address, people know his name, people know his family.
Oh, my God.
And Cubs Nation, they come a-knocking. Because to them, he is the human embodiment of the curse keeping the second city, Chicago, down. Bartman fears for his life. And for the next decade, Bartman has to live basically in hiding. He is one of the most hated people on the planet. He is offered hundreds of thousands of dollars to do endorsements, to do ad spots. And no, he remains anonymous because he is so afraid of the backlash that will come from the Cubs Nation. For years, he is a joke. He is ostracized. He is ripped apart. That is until 2015, I believe, or is it 2013? Cubs fans, I'm sorry if I got this wrong. When the Cubs finally win the World Series.
Mm-hmm.
The owner of the Cubs sent Bartman his own World Series ring.
No way.
As a small bit of restitution.
That's sick.
For maybe, I would say, a person who's considered the most hated sports fan in the history of sports, for reaching out and trying to grab what he thought was a foul ball.
Don't you think that it's like kind of a little bit on the refs too for not calling it a fan interference?
Well, it's on a lot of people. It's interesting. The Cubs players actually came to Bartman's defense and they said, listen, it's not on Bartman that we gave up 8 runs in 2 innings.
Yeah.
We did that. But I think, a lot of people kind of thought that because Bartman snagged the foul ball, it jinxed them, right? It got in their head and they went, we're cursed. We can't do this. Curse of the Billy Goat, 9 decades. And they just fell apart.
It's tragic.
Oh, it's beyond tragic. Bartman's life was forever changed.
Is he still alive?
Oh, yeah, he's still alive.
Have the fans forgiven him?
Forgiven
him?
Yes, but I would say he's like still a meme, right?
You want to know
Bartman
something
said
crazy?
he would never do a public appearance until the Cubs won the World Series. And even then, they wanted to have him at the parade, the Chicago Day Parade, after your team wins the World Series. And he declined because he said, I don't want to take away from the athletes. He is either...
What a legend. What a beautiful
he's
person.
a very cognizant, very, kind man.
You want to know what's really sad about it? I'm looking it up right now. And the foul ball he didn't even keep it. It ended up in the lap of an unnamed attorney who eventually put the ball up for auction in December 2013. It was bought by Harry Carey's restaurant for $113,000. Chicago fans are so insane. The ball was blown up. They blew up the ball and the remains are in a glass case at the Chicago Sports Museum.
Yep.
That's so wild, dude.